Hello YouTube, Sue Ortiz here for science, fun, facts, and putting the little magnet in your Orgonite. I lost my little magnets. The little donut magnets. First off, when you bring these in your house and you want to deactivate them, that's it. That's all she wrote. I remember you still have a coil, and the coils do stuff, obviously. They split ions, and what that means is they send them on their way. They send the negative up from the clockwise motion, the positive down. We are negative. We are grounded. If a positive charge comes at your ass, what happens? You get fried. Okay? So that's why negative ions promote good health. Always have your little coil facing clockwise up. Okay? And it's just science. Nothing more, nothing less. So we took a little crystal. I took out the first little layer of river rocks. You have your little scrubby. Okay, the little scrubby probably has some moisture. Normally I would take the little scrubby and chuck it in a bag and chuck it in the garbage, but I just put this in, so it's fine. A couple got past. So we did the river rocks and we're undoing the jello. Now here's our white rocks. I'm just keeping them separated. You gotta keep them separated. Made a video the other night. I just didn't like how I did it, so we were doing it. And you have your little magnet. Ta-da! I picked this up for 25 cents, and it definitely boosts your little scalar wave. And that's all it is a scalar wave. Much like the coil splits the ions, it's the same idea. You're creating a long, lazy wave. It kind of makes its way. And the idea being that it gets all the pollutants, mainly radiation. And I've been checking with my little radiation detector, and it does seem to work little by little. Nothing like what John Hutchison has. He can reduce the shelf life of plutonium, or the half-life, in like 30 days instead of 22,000 years or whatever. So, but this does something, and you can feel which way the magnet wants to go down. It's quite simple. You can toss it down a couple times. The magnets have a north and a south pole. We already discussed that, okay? So you get your little magnet in there. Okay, and then I shook out a couple rocks and my magnet is still in there. Because remember, we're using ferritic stainless steel. So due to iron content and fundamental structure, it is magnetic. Okay? So that's where I put the magnet. I just wanted to show you cats, that's all. Because I did this the other night and then I didn't post it. And I started posting it and I didn't like it. But some stuff to research would be Walter Russell. Walter Russell did a whole periodic table, completely different than as we know it. And that was in the 20s. Tesla, of course, you can look at anything that Tesla did. He's got some really good charts, multiplication charts. I have them on a PDF somewhere. And you just put your little the white rocks in the blue. You know, I didn't pay attention which way I took this out, and I probably should have. You can tell. Alright, that's how it was. And we put a little crystal in. Activation. Doesn't work like that. It's a slow, lazy wave. And that's why I like to put them in the ground. Because that's all you're doing. You're sending the positive ions to ground. It's all how energy moves. Let's just say that, because I say they're way off on the gravity, the magnetism, and the electric. It's all the same. Remember, there's two poles. You've ever heard of yin and yang? Alrighty, so put your little river rocks back in. Make sure the ends of the coil are not pointing at each other. You can set them at a 30-degree angle, a 60-degree angle, a 90-degree angle, because if 6 were 9 and 3 is using Tesla stuff. Pretty simple. And you don't want to block it with the rocks, obviously. I had these crammed in there. So, that's it. That's all she wrote. And all I did was just boost the moisture catching. Or, you know, you want to change the Brillos out. Just leave it at that. You can change them out once a week. You can wake up your rocks. Because, yeah, I noticed too. Mine didn't work. Well, the one got shot to shit. But no, after a while, they do kind of, they tone down. And that's what's neat. Just think if you had this encased in epoxy. And I've seen how they make them with pieces of metal, really sharp filings. Just, you know, I don't want to mess with that. I don't know if you do. And I just don't see how it's good for the environment. You're calling it gifts, throwing pieces of shit everywhere. Just saying. Just saying. I saw some stupid shit on these Orgonite videos, alright? So this is what I do. You're just getting pollutants, mainly radiation. And, you know, with Fukushima and with Byron and Braidwood, and don't get me started. They had a major bullshit in Nebraska, what I understood as well. Alrighty then. So Ortiz, signing off with your fun facts for the day. Oh, do I have my little tablet handy? I will show you those graphs real quick just so you get an idea. Hang on, pause for the cause. Oops, did it pause? Nope. Okay, we're back. Let me just try to find this tier file. Alrighty, here we go. This is Russell Walter. He had a different concept. You can find all these. Just start looking up these older people. Map to multiplication, composites and primes. Okay, stuff like this. This is Tesla. You know, this is old. This was like, what, 1908? Come on now. That's what I'm saying. This guy already had it figured out. Totally. He got in trouble for doing coils, but he had really, really big ones. And it was sad how he wound up. But yeah, Tesla's Free Energy Lab, Tesla spirals. It's basically the same thing. And it's all, you know, basic math and earth science. Science! So, tried to start science club before. But that's why now you understand why I got the tuning forks. Because there's all different ways to look at these things. Frequency. Let's have a C. Ha, C. Supposedly that's a 512. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, G, I don't know. I guess E would be next, right? This is a 384. And then we got a 320E. All right, here we go. I see, I gotta hold them a certain way. Can you hear this? Who's a musician? Does this E sound freaky? Anyway, I'm sure I picked up somewhere. So these were made in India. Searching for the all-important 432 tuning fork, which I used to have kicking around. And my dad would take that thing and go and put it on my skull when I was little. This ain't it. I gotta like shake that out of my head because I remember he all the time. when it was an old tuning fork. Before they changed it to 440. Because of frequencies. So, using some of those older elementary charts, these early 1920s researchers were able to do a form of alchemy, where you could change one element from one thing to another. And they call it alchemy. Remember, all this stuff is ancient. Oops. Thought I had that chart as well. Walter Russell's periodic table of elements. Did I say Russell, Walter? Walter Russell. I do have a little bit of dyslexia. It's another good chart. Here's the one I was looking for. That's why I know a thing or two about music theory. I did take it in college. So when you see these stuff like this, it's worth researching. Where am I at? 1122. I don't know if it's still on there. When I first created my channel, I had a series on there. I highlighted the channel Love is the Key, and that showed them playing a note, a frequency over a speaker, and they'd put like sand or salt, some kind of powder, and it would form patterns. And those same patterns match ancient stuff like on the old churches. And the way they built those churches, and would play the organ with the 432 frequency, you would feel like you were having a spiritual experience, because you were, and it did promote healing. We can heal our bodies with frequency. One of the many things you can do to heal your body. There's so many things you can do to heal yourself. So, 1209, feeling fine or something like that. I'm going to go ahead and say good night. But I wanted to get that little Orgonite video out. I wanted to explain a little bit about science, about positive and negative ions. Positive ions aren't bad. We need them. You gotta have positive ions or you die. It's yin yang. All right, it's kung fu. It's kung foolishness. It's science. It's earth science. It's basic. Sue Ortiz signing off.